We got peace. Okay, guys, got peace to the audience. You know, we got, introduce yourself.
I got intelligence on the can.
Okay, God, introduce yourself.
Majustice.
And you introduce yourself?
It's sure.
Okay.
I'm a Law Infinite.
I'm Law Infinite. AKA
Infinite.
Mercy. Yeah, God lost y'all. So peace. And that's good though, because technology is good. You need that. We received via and because of information, this technology, man, and you know, a lot of people come and inquire. In fact, because of this, especially the YouTube version, because a lot of people, if you don't really get on my page, you don't friend me, you know, you may not really get it. But with YouTube, you can kind of catch that. I've had a set of Jews. I've sat in ciphers with them. Because, I saw you. They watching you, Em. They watching you doing, this nigga. Yeah. Hey, is that velvet? No, stop. No.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No, stop. Yeah, so yeah, we were just talking about it, bring it back. 120 how it was written. The rhythm, you know, we kind of went into because lessons again were written in 1934. I say 33 and 34 because, see, again, 120 is a map, right? So, let me go. It's a map, 120. And that's what I call it. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to say that, but that's what I call it. And the reason why I do is because, again, like the God gave very excellent, how 120 was written simply, but there's a rhythm, right? But like a map, like you look at the map here, right? You need to know what it's saying before you can get to where you're going, right? For instance, I didn't even know when he was coming up, because again, we're just retaining those are three things. But one thing although you may not say it's a map, you may call 120 whatever you call it, right? But it's one thing you don't have to do. Everybody, if you're a 5%, you have to retain the knowledge, how to internalize it, and then you're living it out. Retaining it means that, I'm putting it on brain. In fact, let me do it like this here. 1, 2, 3, because this is important. I'll come back to that. So you retained it, right? But then as I'm reading it, there's a lot of proving factors, numbers, because again, that's I think it's numbers, because we're talking actual facts, solar facts, your lessons, a lot of them are repeated. So some of them we get, because this is coming out of a 1934 almanac. So of course that numbers will change. It doesn't change the fact that the Earth is 19 million miles away from the sun, that sound travels at the rate of 1,020 feet per second, that light, travels at the rate of 186,000 miles, or at the speed of 186,000 miles per second. All those things, right? I mean, there might be variations here and there, especially with the population of people, 17 million plus 2 million innings, but mathematically, we know how we can tie and relate these things and make them applicable in this day and time. Right. So one of the things I came across when I was younger was Musa was that wisdom man who was predicted by the 23 signs in the year what? Gotcha.
In the year 15.
Yeah.
In the year 15,000.
19. But what does it say? It said in the year what?
1.
Yes.
15,000.
19. What's the one got to do with anything? What's that got to do with anything? In fact, I'm gonna help you out. What is 15,019? Can you translate that? What year was that in this calendar? Or would have been in this calendar?
19.
Okay.
1960.
No.
19. No.
You cold.
19,
You cold.
19,
You cold. No, I'm gonna give it to him, God. I don't give it to him yet.
No.
You cold. Okay. It has something. Okay. I'm just gonna give it. It has something to do with Paul and Elijah.
What, 1975?
Whoa.
19,
No, he didn't. No, he
Yeah,
didn't.
that's-
We opened the
that's
door.
what-
We opened the door, God. We opened the door, man.
Yeah.
We opened the door, kicking you out, man. 1933.
19 Did the fraud, when did the fraud?
No, we ain't talking
Sure,
about, no,
1930. Was
no,
it
guys, we ain't doing
1930?
that. Yeah, he stayed 3.5 years.
1930?
Yeah,
When he came to
but,
the shores?
yes, 1930, he
1930.
did. He did. And
Okay.
3.5 years he came among the people.
Okay,
But the lessons was written
1934.
for. Now, actually 33 too. But the one, you're adding that to that. Simple like, oh, that was corny. No, it wasn't. Because
Oh, okay, all right.
we use arithmetics as well because you need that also formula to computate numbers. Right? Because that's important. Right? So when I read that, okay, yeah, well, 1934, then I, understand the Asiatic calendar. Because you'll see those years. You'll want to cross it again in the 40th degree and the 1 to 40. But it'll tell you February 20th, 1934, the exact month, date, and year. But you got the 1 to 15,019. You know what I mean? So I'm saying that, so it was written, 'cause you put it together. You know what I mean? Again, yes, we don't take 120 on face value, but again, one of the first things you need to do is be able to retain it. Again, like a lot of people, of course, well, let me speak for myself. You couldn't tell me nothing when after I finished quoting it, because how I got it. You got 120 knowledge.
Okay. And wisdom and understanding.
Okay, yeah, that's right, God. And these supposed to be degrees, something real big. So I just thought that's it. I quoted it. I'm good. I sat in informatics class and
But that was a great accomplishment, just to quote it.
yeah, it was no, and it is yes.
that was a
No,
great accomplishment.
we're not. Yes, because
And-
what 120 did.
Yeah.
And what 120 does do, it impacts us educationally. A lot of us during that particular period, we've advanced from the time that we was coming up, 60s and 70s. Where again, we don't have that to thank you for the modern inconveniences. I can bring the truth to you in nanoseconds. So right now, somebody in Kenya is on YouTube looking at this. Well, they will be. Yeah, if you're friending me, they on that now. Right, there you go. So you see the connections constantly. But a lot of our brothers, especially when the law was teaching during the early 60s, some of them didn't have it. There was no, you got 120, and here's a set of lessons. First of all, he gave it to you mouth to ear. Who are you? Okay, come on, let me get, you might have got the 16th degree and the 1 to 40 first. Right, there was no, here, me get the supreme mathematics, then you get the alphabet. That came later. The gods and the others too formulated that order came later on, but the whole idea was, let me give you the knowledge.
Get something.
Right, let me give you something. Black Messiah, out of his mouth told me, one of the first things the Lord told him was, he gave him the 16th degree.
Yeah.
Who was the Father sent? And then later on, I'm drawing it up, wow. I get that part. Why? Because, let me see, can you read, son? Right. Let me not take for granted. Let me give you this book. Give me this book, God. No disrespect, and the respect you here, man. Here's 120. Right? Then later on, because now there's different ways of teaching. Correct?
Yes.
Correct?
Right.
I'm still learning. So I say, yeah.
No, I'm saying there's different ways of teaching.
Yeah.
What's one way?
See?
Yes, beautiful. What's another way?
Mouth to ear.
Yes, sound.
Sound.
Right. So I'm looking. Right? I'm looking. I'm hearing it. Right? Because I may not be able to grasp it the way Majestic grabbed it or Inf grabbed it. I get it because I can't read. Right. And then later on I had to learn, see, I'm following unknowingly what you guys were doing. And so I'm bombing people because you didn't know 120
That was
quick
the
enough.
way of life. That was the way of being back then.
But that was some cruel shit there.
Absolutely.
Tell you why it was cruel. And some instances, not all the time,
Not all, right?
because what happens if he has an educational disability?
Yeah.
And then you bomb me as a result of me, my thoughts couldn't multiply as quickly as yours? But you stopped me. I mean, we're just doing it. I'm talking about doing a period where there's a lot of dynamics to that too. That's not being told. A lot was done, and it's still being done. But back then, like in the 70s and the 60s and 70s, it was blatant. Like God, devil.
Right.
I'm in your way. You didn't see the black and white TV? I saw dogs on your people just for peacefully protesting to your enemy about you wanting peace. How you doing, sir? You just killed 3 of my children, but can you? We just want to reach out and kill them again. You. Oh, and because you said peace, I'm God, intelligent. I'm supposed to be your friend? Man, please. You know, so so that was some serious stuff. But you got to keep peeking, and you know, that's some serious science there that was going on. So different ways of learning. But one thing that we were taught here is about education. Go to school. In fact, this where you're sitting at right now, was built for the sole purpose of coming here, getting your education, and then there was the linkage to Harlem Prep. Right, because you know you want to advance further, you know what I mean. But then there was that linkage there, and that's how like some of the guards went on, and queens I'm sure too went on to college. Right. But first and foremost, let me see where you are.
If Mega did this.